All right, hey everyone. This is how you solve a quadratic linear system. There's many ways, many types of questions you'll see like this on your exams and in the regions if you're gonna take them. And you could see something like this in your SAT too. So let's take a look at the question first. It says find the point of intersection between y minus 2x and x squared plus y squared equals 5 in quadrant 2. All right, so some basic things first, right? So first we have to figure out what quadrant 2 is, right? If you don't remember what quadrant 2 is, so the xy plane is broken up into 4 different quadrants, right? 4 different quadrants. And this is what the quadrants look like, right? This is quadrant 1. This is quadrant 2. This is quadrant 3. And this is quadrant 4. All right? So if your point falls here, point of intersection, this is in quadrant 1. But we're not looking for a point here. We're looking for the point of intersection quadrant 2 right here. So in quadrant 2, what is happening to my x's? My x's here are negative. You have a negative x, but it's above this line right here. So it's positive y. So we're looking for an answer that has a negative x value and a positive y value. All right, so now let's actually solve the problem. So to solve for quadratic linear system, we have to do what? We have to set things equal to each other, right? We want to isolate the y, right? So let's write the equations. X squared plus y squared equals 5. And we have y equals minus 2x. All right. Given all this, right, this is one whole system. Usually I want to isolate y. But lucky for us, this problem already gave us an isolated y. Y equals minus 2x. So when you have it in the once you isolate the y, you can plug it back into the more complicated equation to solve. So I'm going to write x squared plus y squared equals 5. This is the more complicated. This is the equation of a circle, not to get ahead of ourselves. Right? So now instead of writing y squared, I'm going to write what y stands for. And y stands for this value, minus 2x. So I have x squared plus minus 2x squared equals 5. All right? So just replace the y with minus 2x. All right, so this is simple, right? So I have x squared plus, I'm going to do the work here for minus 2 squared in red. So minus 2x times minus 2x is minus 2 times minus 2 is positive 4, and x times x is x squared. All right. So I get 4x squared equal 5. All right. So now I'm going to combine like terms. X squared plus 4x squared is going to give me 5x squared equals 5. All right. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 5. This cancels out, becomes 1. This cancels out and becomes 1. So I get x squared equals 1. So now I'm going to root both sides because I don't want x squared, I just want x. I'm going to root both sides. So the square root and the square cancel out. I get x equals, remember, when you square root something, you get 2 solutions, plus minus 1. So x can be plus or minus 1. Well, here's the thing, right? Remember, we're looking for our answer in quadrant 2, right? Back here, we're looking for our answer in quadrant 2. So we're looking for a negative x value. Now, x could be either plus 1 or minus 1. So which one's the negative one? It's minus 1. So we're going to use minus 1 here to calculate our point of intersection. So now we're going to use x equals the minus 1 part. And we're going to plug it back in to the equation to find our value for y. So I'm going to use this equation right here, this equation right here, the linear equation, to find my y value. So y equals minus 2x, but the x I'm going to use is minus 1. So y equals minus 2 times minus 1. So y equals 2. So my point of intersection is minus 1, positive 2. That is the point of intersection in quadrant 2. And that is my final answer.